Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video here on my channel. Today we are ranking every ability in Pickcrafter, and please remember this is from version 5.3, so in the future it might be outdated, but yeah, just keep that in mind. And I'm excluding the Gen 2 abilities right now because you know they're not in the game right now and I can't test them, so also don't forget that. So let's get started with the worst of the worst abilities, tier F. First one is gonna be the Potion of Beyond. Probably a lot of people would rank this ability like that because it has an extremely long cooldown, it is extremely bad. Even though that's a legendary ability, it's still one of the worst abilities in the game, so definitely don't use it. The second one is the PPS potion because no one needs a PPS boost. It has a long cooldown as well and it's just so bad. I mean, if you want to farm picks, there's a lot of stuff you can do, but definitely don't use this potion. So every ability that is ranked F here is as useless as an ability can be. But what about E? So Luck Potion. I mean, Luck Potion can be used in some situations for some players. If you're a low prestige player, you don't have Yox Tentacle and you want to farm cheese for example, or want a creeper to spawn, okay, use the Luck Potion. I mean, it has a long cooldown, but at least it is useful in some way. Then there's the Block Ankh. Of course, this ability is bad. I know I would maybe rank it even an F ability, but technically it's kind of funny, and if you don't have teleporter and want some of these blocks, you know, of Aether and Herobrine Slayer and stuff, okay, maybe use it, maybe combine it with the enchantment spell, but keep in mind it is bad. Then there's of course the randomizer. It is the same thing, but actually it's a bit better. I mean, you can't choose, but at least the cooldown is lower, so maybe even consider using the block randomizer, whatever it's called. I don't have a list here. And by the way, if you want to know what these are used for, just skip this ranking because I'm gonna do it right after that. I'm gonna explain every ability in the game, so yeah. But let's move on. Almost completely useless. That's what E means for me. So almost. Note, it's just almost completely useless. It has some uses. Then in D, there's the Hot Potato. I mean, Hot Potato, I see a lot of people use it because ages ago it was used by speedrunners. You can see it in many YouTube videos that are over 2 or 3 years old. So yeah, for beginner players, maybe it's kinda useful, but no. Then there's Gas. So Gas Compressor is obviously only used for crafting some items. It's not useful in any other way, so if you want to get those items, at one point you probably will, you have to use it, but other than that it's completely useless, so yeah. Then there's the Bucket, same thing again. So D means maybe useful, but only sometimes. Then C, Enchantment Spell. The enchantment spell is actually okay for newer players because imagine you are in cave the first time you prestige and you need a lot of obsidian. So what do? You use your enchantment spell on your obsidian, and instead of getting 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 obsidian, I don't know how high your block fortune is, you get about 10 or 20. So yeah, it can be useful. Then there's the ability buffer. My friend always uses this ability, even though I can't really understand why. I mean, it can be kinda useful in events for farming creeper stuff, but other than that, yeah, kinda useless actually. Then there's the Strength Potion. This one is kinda good. So basically you destroy blocks a lot faster with this ability, so for everyone who doesn't have a lot of sharp pickaxe upgrades, this ability is for you. So useful for some players, and it's also often situational. So C can be used if you're one of these players. And then B, starting right off with the Critical Potion. The Critical Potion, I used it for a long time because for every mid-game player, that means about prestige 10 to 50. It can be useful because you can't just prestige with one pickaxe ability. So critical potion with a good amount of skill points and invested in strong criticals, it can be actually pretty good. So it's really effective and it can be used for a lot of players. I mean, everyone under 50 or 100 prestige can definitely use this ability. Then there is the short reload. I mean, short reload, why is it practical? Of course, only for anvil farming. I mean, some players would say this is a D or even an E ability because it's only good for anvil farming, but I'm a player that tries to get the highest anvil in the game and I'm competing with some other guys, so I definitely need this ability and I love getting my anvil ridiculously high, so for me this ability is useful. So yeah, generally useful abilities. Then A is of course anvil. I mean, anvil has two practical uses. You can use it every I don't know, 100 or maybe 1000 levels, so I don't know, maybe for every prestige you use your anvil to get through a hard biome instantly. I don't know. For me, that's not the case. I just want to get extremely high. My highest anvil was 76k. Mine right now is about 30k and I want to get it to 100k this year, and that's pretty easy if I farm a bit. So yeah, anvil is definitely good. Then there's the frost aura. Frost aura is pretty good for low or mid prestige players because it is like a fire ability right in your pocket. It's like a second fire ability because it almost has the same cooldown as your pickaxe ability, and it has a duration of about 15 to 20 seconds. Of course, that depends on your level of the ability, but it's very, very good. And it's of course a lot more useful nowadays because we have sun, and frost aura is the absolutely best way to get a long cryo effect. Then there's teleport. Of course, teleporter is pretty good because you get a lot of PPS items, and just these PPS items give you a lot of PPS, and of course it also can be used to craft the mythical blocks, the, you know, ones that no one needs. Pickcrafter. But yeah, teleporter definitely a good ability. So every A tier ability is very useful. Then S, starting with the drill. The drill has a kinda short cooldown, and it is just so good for prestiging. I mean, not a lot of players know that, but what I always do is, the second before I prestige, I activate my drill and then prestige. The drill will one tick everything from plains to basically ocean or moon. So it is very, very good. So definitely every time you prestige, use your drill. You will get a big fat head start. Of course, I don't know how the Gen 2 abilities will act because there will be a Gen 2 drill. I don't know if it's gonna be a separate ability or if the Gen 2 drill will just, you know, kick the drill in the trash and we'll never see this ability again. But hopefully it stays like that because it's very good. Then there's of course the reload. I personally think that's the best ability in the game. In my top 10 ability video, I also ranked this ability the best in the game because it's just so convenient to use. I mean, if you think about it, why not use reload? A good reload can probably instant reload over half of the abilities. A good reload has probably a refresh of about 5 minutes, and most of abilities have a cooldown under 5 minutes. Probably about 2/3, maybe half. So it is just so good, and it itself has only, I think, a 4-minute cooldown, so it's very effective. If you have 4 or 5 slots, definitely use it. Then there's the snowball. I mean, a lot of people underestimate the power of snowball because snowball is just the best ability when it comes to event item farming. Almost every event in Pickcrafter has some kind of unique entity, and these entities are not affected by the wealthy mobs upgrade. So you only get some blocks from killing the unique mobs, but actually Snowball stacks that. So instead of getting like 5 items, you get 50 items, and that's just really good. So Snowball for events, keep that in mind. It's really a good thing you can do. So yeah, should be an area kit. That's the S tier. So yeah, we're done with the abilities now. So let's move over to explaining area ability, starting from F and working our way up to S. So we are here in Pickcrafter now, and let's go over the ability, starting with the Potion of Beyond. As you can see, it's legendary, and the description is temporarily increases all stats, can be found in ender chests. Here is the cooldown, it's 10 minutes, luck 85, PBS boost only 20%, duration only 30 seconds, damage only plus 30, and critical plus 15%. So that's really bad. If we take a look at our damage potion, for example, it does 100%, the PPS one 50%, the luck one 300, and this one just, yeah, these about half to a quarter of that. And that's why I really hate this ability. So if we activate it, we have nothing cool going on other than this cool effect here, but as you can see, nothing special. My PBS increases obviously 20%, but that's it. That's all what that ability does. So of course the PBS potion, as you can see, increases my PBS a bit, but that wasn't 50% at all, because it takes the raw PBS, and that's another thing I hate about this ability. I hate it so much because it doesn't increase your PBS about 50%. It says 50%, right? Yeah, 50%, but I only received about not maybe 5% boost. Why that? Because it takes your raw PBS, and that's, for me at least, only about 3%. So it boosts that one, and that translates to about 2% PPS boost. So this ability is actually even worse than I thought. Then the luck potion, maybe we can see something if I break some blocks. Yeah, we get a lot more enum crystals. As you can see, these are quite rare, and we get a discovery wheel, so it actually boosts our luck. That's why it's only E and not F, because actually, as you can see, it does something. And it spawns some random walker thingies. I don't know how these creatures are called, but as you can see, it actually affects a lot of stats. I don't exactly know what it affects. I'm not sure if it actually affects this cover wheel, so keep that in mind. I'm not 100% sure. Let's move over to the block Ankh. As you can see, that's a really good example. 2 of these 3 are teleporter items. So if you don't have teleporter and you want these internal planks so much, just use its ability, you will get some. As you can see, yeah, actually you get a lot. How much do you get? Oh yeah, it's not that much. But let's quickly get to the descriptions. Temporarily increases PPS, only 30 seconds duration and 10 minutes cooldown. And this one the same, temporarily increases luck. And this one says, it's by the way legendary, transform the next set of blocks into a chosen discovered block. So actually it's that's much, 46 blocks. So if you have a block fortune of 1, you get 46 of those blocks. If you have a block fortune of 100, you get over 5, you almost get 5k. So it's something, it is something. As you can see, I can craft this 2 times now, so it is something. And this one is rare, and this one is rare, and these 2 are legendary, if I haven't already told you. I'm not sure actually. So let's move over to the roll of the blocks. Sorry, I know it's not called randomizer, but yeah. As you can see, a lot less blocks than block Ankh, to be fair, and we don't know what we get. So we're getting yeah, oh, that's actually good. It's a rare teleporter block. So yeah, as you can see, it's the same deal, but a bit worse. So yeah, but also a shorter cooldown. Then we have the hot potato. Yeah, you probably saw that before. You have a short time to spam this potato, and if you get it to the max level, bam, it cooks and it shoots and it activates my ability. Yes, perfect. Then it has also a long cooldown. So, hot potato, summon a potato. Tap the potato to grow the amount of damage done on impact. So, potato power is 3 for me. Then I have a cooldown of 500 seconds and the duration is 21 seconds. So, that's the time I have to spam the potato. If you upgrade your hot potato, this timer increases. Then, roll of the block, transform the next set of blocks into a random block. As I said, a 5-minute cooldown, 23 blocks for me. Of course, if you upgrade it, this number changes. Then we have the gas compressor. This one is a bit more complicated. If you upgrade it, your efficiency or chance to get gas increases. So the maximum is 100. I have it on 95, so it's one level short. And you have a cooldown of a bit over 4 minutes. You can see blocks per tank increases per level 2 and compresses gases from biomes. Once you fill up a tank, it will go into your inventory. So if you're trying to use it in any other biome than sun, nothing will happen. But if you go to sun and use your compressor, bam, you get some gas. And the chance increases obviously to get gas. So if I quickly scroll down, as you can see here, hydrogen. That's what you need to craft all the sun items, like this Q, this thingy here, that orb, or then these Dyson part bits here, and yeah, all those stuff. And why should you? Because of these 2 items, and they give some PPS. So yeah, if you can do that. Then there's of course the bucket. There are 6 combinations you can do with the bucket. The first one is lava and water, that gives you obsidian. So then you can put lava and water, theoretically, on radioactive waste and you get a block there. And you can put the waste on water or on lava to get another block. So yeah, there are 4 blocks you can get from this reaction, I think it was. Then, oh, actually there's another one. Pickcrafter added that just some updates ago. If you go to ocean, grab yourself some water and go to tundra and drop the water, you get ice. That's new, by the way, so I want to make a video about that, but it's just a little change, so I figured out nobody really was interested in that, so yeah, now you know. And to the ability, it only has a cooldown of 1 minute and 30 seconds. It gives you a set amount of blocks that increases per level, and you have something called the bucket strength, but I don't even know what that is. Scoop up liquids from biomes, use a filled bucket in another biome to discover new blocks, and that is used for a pickaxe and some other cool things. So yeah, that's the bucket. So now we are getting into the better abilities here. We are here at rank C with the enchantment spell, and it's common. It has a cooldown of 5 minutes again, and it has additional blocks of 60 for me, but of course this number gets higher for every level. Imbue the current block, causing it to drop more blocks when broken. So for example, I have a block fortune of about 330, and if I use this thing here on, let's say, this block here, and I break it, bam, I get 400. So for me it's bad, but for someone who's low level, it's really good. Then the next 2, I'm gonna combine these because that's the best way to do it. We have the ability buffer, it's epic, and it has an extremely uncommon way of leveling up, because normally you have the same leveling up pattern, but ability buffer, so it's epic. Buff the next ability used, again it can be found in ender chest. So ability buffer and potion of beyond are the only 2 you get from ender chest if you have every ender chest pickaxe. So buffed levels is for me 4 because again level 4. If I use this one here and click on strength potion now, my strength potion is not level 26. No, it's actually 20. No, it's 30. So it gets extra 4 levels. So moving on to the potion of strength, sorry. It has a cooldown of 5 minutes, duration of 30 seconds, temporarily increases damage, and the damage number of course rises for every upgrade, so you do more damage to the blocks, so you break them even more easier. So it is a good ability for breaking a lot of blocks. If your skill sharp picks is very low, just use this ability. Then there is the critical strike potion. As you can see, potion of critical strike, it's common, 30-second cooldown, but not as the other ones, it has a cooldown of only 3 minutes. That's one of the reasons why it's so good. And temporarily increases critical strike chance, and of course the crit chance of course increases with every level. So I have a, let's say, 60% chance, and with this I have 1/100, so I only get criticals, only the yellow ones. As you can see, I only get the yellow ones. That's the good thing about it. And a player with a high skilled strong critical has, does 5 times as much damage, so it's basically a better version of the strength potion. So we're here and we're testing the last B tier ability now, and it's the short reload. But to activate the short reload, I first have to activate another ability. I would say teleporter. If I activate teleporter, I have a chance of getting to Aether, to Herobrine's Lair, or to the Wasteland. In each of these you have specific blocks you can only get from this biome. As you can see, here in Aether are 3 or 4 blocks, that you can't get from normal biomes, obviously. And yeah, that's what the teleport is used for, and you can use these blocks to buy the biome items here, and you get a lot of PPS from that, so obviously it's a good ability. And it's legendary, of course. The duration increases per level, the cooldown is always 10 minutes, teleport to an unknown biome. So then if I quickly use the short reload, as you can see, I reload my teleporter, but only a 20-second reload, which isn't very good. If I use it again, 20-second cooldown reduced. So decreases the cooldown of the last used ability. So for example, if I use Frost Aura now, I can't use Feather for teleporter. The Feather always resets the cooldown of the last used ability, and with reset I mean it decreases the cooldown. The cooldown of the ability is always half a minute, and the reduced cooldown is always increased by the level again, so for me it's 20 seconds. Then we have Frost Aura. If we go to Sun, I can describe it here the best. I get a debuff called Overheat, and it increases once per second. And if the overheat effect goes over 100, I don't get the good blocks like Plasma or Sun Core, I only get this stupid block here. So what do? You use your cryo effect, and Frost Aura actually gives you a 30 minutes cryo effect. That means this biome will never get too hot, and I can always get Plasma and Sun Core and all the good stuff, as you can see. And obviously you instant break everything, so it's basically like a fire ability, as I said, in your pocket. To the description: Frost Aura legendary grants instant block break, all minor reload, applies cryo stat which can cool down the sun. Cooldown is always 10 minutes, the damage effect is every time infinity, duration increases per level, and the cooldown reduced I think also increases per level. And I didn't even mention that if you use your Frost Aura, it actually resets 1 minute for me of every cooldown that can be reduced. So if all of your 5 abilities except Frost Aura are on cooldown, actually all of them get like a 1 minute cooldown reduced. So it's a very good ability, keep that in mind, even for resetting if you don't have Feather for some reason. Then there is the drill. It's the drill. Basically everyone knows what the ability does, because if you just complete the tutorial you get the drill. So as you can see, it breaks blocks, it breaks them kinda slow in biomes where you don't insta break everything. But if we go to plains, for example, as you can see, it one takes everything, and of course it's good for prestiging. I'm gonna make a video about that soon. So that are these abilities, only 2 more remaining, and that is the reload and the snowball. And the snowball is actually pretty good because we have Heartseeker event right now. So if you see that, I'm not gonna make a Heartseeker event video because only, not even 3 days remaining, and I don't wanna get the goals because no new pickaxe whatsoever. But yeah, definitely use your snowball now, because you know, Heartseeker event. Yeah, see you, nice. So the last 2 abilities now are reload and snowball, and both of these are of course in the S tier, so they are like the best abilities in the game with the drill. So the snowball is rare. Throw a snowball to instantly defeat mobs. Mob hit and mob block drop. Increases per level again. The cooldown is 5 minutes. Then reload has a cooldown of just a bit over 4 minutes, and cooldown reduced of course gets higher per level, but the average high level reload should be about 3 to 5 minutes, maybe even more. To test both of these, I'm gonna wait for something. I'm gonna wait for a creeper. Not for a normal creeper, but for a hard creeper, because we have event right now, and you know, there are creepers that spawn, and these give a lot more drops with snowballs. So I'm gonna use luck potion now. As I said, it can be useful, so maybe we get a creep if we're lucky. And I use the drill so I can break some blocks while I'm doing that. Maybe if you use which ability gives luck? I think it was Papa Claus pickaxe. I'm just gonna use it because, you know, luck is good. Luck is always good. If that was the luck. Yeah, ooh, 450% luck. That's incredible. But, doesn't look like we have too much luck here. Oh, here's a creeper. Okay, if I use snowball now, bam, a lot more drops. Instead of the normal like 5 to 10 that you would normally get by event creepers, you get a lot more thanks to snowball. And if I use my reload now, bam, instant another snowball. So if another creeper comes around, I can instantly kill him again. And Papa Claus pickaxe is actually kinda good. I mean, 450%. I mean, does that mean 450 luck? Because then it would be like a 50% boost. But if it would stack these 500 times 4, that would be OP. But I don't think so. I think actually it's like I mean, normally you have your luck level of 100, I guess, and it gives you 550 plus my 500 is 1k. So it is good, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. But not so fast. Wait a second, I have to say some important things. I'm gonna upload 1 video every Monday from now on, always at the same time. So if you're watching this premiere right now, yeah, that time every Monday from now on gonna be a video. And my Discord is still in work, and I wanna say a huge thank you to My Name is Jeff for making this amazing fan art, and hopefully see you in the next video. Have a nice day. It was your favorite Pickcrafter nerd, Julie School, and bye.